So right now we're doing quiet time, and we just get up at around 6:15 and have some time with the Lord before we get ready for the day.
Hello, right now it's 7:37 and school starts at 8 o'clock, so I'm making my oatmeal.
It might be raining.
If I do 2 lessons.
If you do, don't do, man.
What?
My bed is part of the as part of our routine when we get ready in the morning.
Out to the track for our starting of the school day. Right after this, we're going to math. Oh yeah, math. Go math. And here, usually we play soccer, or sometimes we play keep away. Sometimes we start where we go at different corners of the track and do a relay race to see how fast we go.
Get set. Go. Oh, nice.
Yes! Woo! Oh, my toe. Oh, my toe. Okay, sorry, right. Come on, Big J! Let's go, Big J! Golden switch! Woo!
Good job,
Jimmy! Go, go, go!
Oh, so close.
Laser vision!
Across the face.
Laser vision! Hey! Oh, surface touch!
Oh.
Go on, Nick, get over here! Laser coming! Hi. Now we just got back from soccer and we're doing math. I just did my test and I need to check it.
So, anytime you see a problem with the next one, the best thing to do is turn it into denominator 100. So anytime you see this, just think to yourself, oh, that means that.
Oh yeah, like that
kind of like the one up there.
That's true. 50% is half of a whole, 50 cents is half of a dollar. So 1/2 of a dollar is 1/2 is shaded. 50% is.
I thought this was.
So you can mark it if you stop it.
Quick work is when I time myself on my watch. This of what I just did. It's 100 multiplication facts. Not very fun, but well, sometimes.
Ready? The best. You ready? Good job. So 1/10 is the same thing as 100, or 10 over 100.
I just read it.
Good job.
So self-study is when me and Brinson come up to our house and we read for 30 minutes, and then we either do spelling or we do history. Or right now we're doing history. And Aiden Pritchard just did a poem about prairie dogs. Now we're gonna read a book called A Child History of the World. So we're learning about Rome and the Roman Empire. So
It's called Barbarian Invaders.
Alright, was very important. For the blacksmiths made the swords and spears with which they fought and the tools with which they worked. That is why the name Smith.
After we read about the history in the history book, then we put whatever we learned about onto our timeline.
Okay, so y'all go to AD 400. We're going to put barbarians attack Roman borders. You don't have stickers, so just France. Oh, you can't do that. Find one. Right here. See that pink?
Oh, C5, I didn't
Do you see the pink?
The Rubicon.
Written. Spain. England.
After timeline, we read The Great and Terrible Quest, which is a book about a little kid
On a great and a terrible quest.
This little kind of The Great and Terrible Quest. It is a very good book.
A lass brought out of the shop to be recognized by Diamond. And perhaps Diamond wouldn't mind even if he had run away from Grandfather. He could
Right now we're going to do something called stations. It's where, we have 4 stations. And each station is a different thing. Something that you read. And so, for example, today I'm doing something with Miss Tiffany, aka Miss Tiffany. That's what we're doing today, and every day we switch on different ones.
Yep. The 49th and 50th states added to the Union. Okay. So there's Hawaii. Wait, let's see.
That's
Where you live, there are 2 different types of head.
In China, they have a break that's about 2 or 3 hours, and they take naps. So we also do the same minus the naps. So that's what we're doing. So right now we already are doing English, and the first thing we're doing is studying our vocabulary words. We're going to study them and do a little game.
Class.
Good. The image in a mirror.
Reflection.
Good. Not capable of
And
being
flexible.
bent without breaking. Good. A muscle that bends a part of the
Flexor.
Flexor.
To turn or move to one side to bend the
Deflect.
Good. You might deflect a ball if it was coming toward your face or your nose,
punch.
for example, so you don't get your nose broken.
Who has roots that mean bend? I have roots, let them
Who has a word that describes what you are if you can't bend a certain way?
I have the word inflexible. Who has the word that describes what happens to light when it is bent and seems to be
Who
thrown?
has a word that names a type of angle that bends back beyond a 180-degree straight line?
I have the word reflex angle. Who is the word that names the type of muscle that bends a part of the body such as an arm or leg? I have the word flexor. Who is the word that names what you see in a mirror as a result of bent light?
So right now we're going to transition into grammar, aka Grammarland as my mother calls it, the teacher. And Aiden's station here in his seat cutter. And it looks like Hannah's today is stationed on the couch. AP's stationed here. I'm stationed in my lonely corner over here. So each day we do 1 or 2 of these. Today I'm doing 2. And this is my little test booklet. It's really thin because I don't have any tests. And this is the solution manual.
If the subject is plural. So, and if this was passed, this is a state of being. Where's your helping verb?
So we're about to read our stories. I think I'm reading my story. Aiden's reading his story. Yeah, are you reading your story?
Not done.
She's not done. But throughout the year, we write stories, reports, and pretty sure that's it. Sometimes we write our own story that we just come up with with our own little brains. But we need to use like some certain words, like a certain amount of adjectives or whatever. And sometimes we just start with a story and then we change it a little bit. And then sometimes we just take a report and then change it a little bit, put in those certain words. So we're about to read some stories that we just made up from our own mind. There's no page
The
limit.
cat was a very fat Maine Coon and was pregnant with a litter of kittens. Her husband was a tabby cat and was very smart but lazy.
Okay, so today we're having science, and right now we're studying about electrical stuff in the body. And that's it.
Under that, once under that, and perhaps we could like either sing that to the end of the week or we could memorize it.
Tiny cells, which your body is made of, act like batteries, generating electricity as charged atoms called ions move through. So if they're able to do that, then they may not have to have these artificial pacemakers. Only about 3 in every million atoms are affected, but that's enough information for a computer to generate amazing.
Right now we're doing our activity sheets. We do them after we're reading. It's kind of like a test to see if we were listening. So today we're going to do 5 through 11. Pulse through the central nervous system that would lead it to the brain that would interpret the signal.
In the depths of the central nervous system, there are things called neurons. They have many arms, and none of them are touching each other. When you touch something with any part of your body, electric pulses are made. Electrotransmitters push electric pushes from one neuron to the next.
Okay, so how does something that is diamagnetic behave toward an outside magnetic field?
It repels the magnetic field, therefore we're incapable of magnetizing a substance that is diamagnetic unless we can construct an immensely strong magnetic field. Scientists currently have the ability to suspend a frog in the air. A day in the life of a Bridgeport Mini.